Hi, Olimp TV. I'm with one of the strongest man, Brian Shawn, here today. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing good, man. How are you doing? Good?
I'm glad to see you again. I'm looking a bit small compared to you, but yeah, I've tried to be big anyway, Brian. Brian, how you find it today?
Oh, it's great. This has been a great experience, and the Arnold's always awesome. So, it's great to meet everybody, and it's awesome to have all the support.
Well, it's the last day on Sunday, and he's very busy. Brian, for the people, for the guys, for the Polish viewers, for everybody behind the scene who are looking up to you as a strong man, tell us about yourself and introduce yourself to all the viewers out there.
Well, I mean, I obviously grew up in the United States in Colorado, so I grew up watching strongman, and I'm fortunate enough to be able to do it. And I love what I do. I love strongman. I love lifting, and hopefully I'll be able to do it at a high level for a long time in the future here.
Well, I wish you all the best as well. Brian, you mentioned about you always loved the strongman as a young kid. Who was your idol as a strongman?
I think there's been a few guys, like especially watching, like for me, that I watched growing up. Like Bill Kazmaier. He's kind of the icon of strongman, and then of course like Marius when I was growing up, and I was fortunate enough to be able to compete with them a few times right when I was getting started with strongman. You got the legends like Magnus Magnuson or Sven Carlson or Magnus Samuelsson. A lot of those guys I was watching like when I was getting into high school, when I was really starting to follow it closer. So, it's hard to pick just one guy, but there's been a lot of the guys, and I've been fortunate enough to be able to meet a lot of the guys now. So it's awesome. I mean, all the guys are great. So
everybody's a legend. Brian, as a strongman, tell us about your training and let us know how's your training compared to the bodybuilder or to MMA fighter, and your diet. If you could give us some information about it.
Sure. Well, training for strongman's a little bit different, obviously, than bodybuilding, just because, like, we have to train for both endurance, max strength. So it's a lot of probably a lot more heavy lifting, a lot more very specific event training that I do. And then my diet really, it's a lot of food. I mean, it's a lot of food, but I stick pretty much to lean proteins and carbs, I mean, for the most part. And then I supplement, obviously. I'm sponsored by MHP, so I supplement with a lot of Up Your Mass, a weight gainer shake. So I have to take 2 or 3 of those a day on top of all the food. So, it's a constant feeding, to maintain the body weight and strength. And so I think the eating is the hardest part for me compared to the training.
Well, when you mentioned about eating, okay, lots of people want to know how many calories can you consume in one day as a strong man?
Sure. I would say on an average, I'm probably around 9,000 calories a day.
I won't do that.
Sometimes more, but it's hard. It's hard when you're trying to eat fairly good food. If I have more of a cheat day, it's easier to eat a lot more calories, but I don't do that very often.
Brian, tell us about your competitions in the future. When is your next competition? I know the strongman is coming up soon again. Sure. But when is your next? Are you prepared? And are you going to top the head 3 or maybe 1 second place? And who's your basically competitors? The strongest one out there, because I know Rajanovsky and lots of other guys. But who you want to beat?
Well, I think for me, my next event that I've got coming up, the next big event that I'll do is the Arnold in March in Ohio. So that's the next big thing I'm preparing for. So I've got a little bit of time to prepare for that. And I think probably there's any number of guys right now that are very competitive. Like you said, Radzikowski's really tough. Sojourner Savickas, Vitautas Lawless. There's a couple other American guys that are really good. So, it's going to be, winning any contest is not easy anymore. So I'm going to have to really get focused for that one and try to come in even stronger and better than I am now.
Well, I'll wish you all the best. Brian, another question I've got for you. I know you're really busy. Yeah. Lots of people waiting for your autograph and stuff and the pictures. Is it still going to be a personal question? You're a family guy, I presume. Sure. As a family guy, as a strong man, how difficult have you found it to travel all the place? Because with your training is completely different to the bodybuilder. How difficult it is? Just give us some, picture the view of your training, when you have to travel as well?
Well, traveling for anybody I think is tough, and I think the hardest part for me is, number one, trying to find a good place to train that has the stuff that I need to train with. That's a big challenge, because obviously, like, I can do a lot of stuff in a normal gym, but some of the more specific strongman training, you have to have a place to do it. And then the food. So the food and eating on the road can be hard to find the right foods and enough food, So, but I mean, it's something that, like, I love doing it. So I don't find it. I probably don't. I mean, it's hard, but it's just part of what I do. So I think I just get through it and try to make the best of it.
Well, that's, as we said, it's like a part of lifestyle for you. Right, I'm going to ask you a question you might not be able to answer. Have you heard of Olimp supplement before, Olimp Sport Nutrition?
Yeah, I've seen you guys around, and at a lot of different expos, and I know you guys have Marius, and I come over and say hi to him and stuff. So yeah, it's good, man. Yeah,
appreciate that, and trust me, also lots of Polish viewers, they support you as well. It's not just about Azinovsky, other people, they love you as well because you're a strong man, and to them, they look up to you as well. The last question I'm going to ask you is basically giving you any advice to the Polish viewers, any kind of motivation you want to give them, any kind of hint you want to give them to push them, good road, follow your footstep, fire away.
Well, I mean, I think, if I could say anything, it's just be dedicated and work hard, and never, if you set a goal, work for it, because nobody else is going to just hand it to you. So it's something that, if you want it bad enough, go after it and give 100% effort.
That is true. So as you listen to Brian, no excuse. This guy is as you can see, his condition, is a strong man, and he still does it, traveling. So there's no excuse. If you want to get it, you will get it. And you have to train hard, eat well, and have a good rest as well. Guys, thanks for listening to us, and thank you for having you today.
You got it, man. Thanks very much.
Cheers, Brian. Thank you.